When I hear the term atheism or atheist used in a discussion that I am not a part of, maybe one on the internet, maybe a talk show or TV show, maybe just a video addressing, "This is what atheism is," they always end up getting the wrong definition of what atheism actually is. I can understand this, but let me explain. Usually when I hear atheism, it's generally assumed that the definition of atheism, or atheist, I'll use atheist for the purpose of this video, is someone who believes that there is no God. Someone who is very firm on the position, there is no God. And somebody who is not really accepting to any possibility that there is a God. See, I understand how people believe that this is atheism, but in all honesty, it isn't. There is, however, a word for it, and once again, I can understand how people don't know this word. It's not often a word used until, now. However, if you look deep in the realms of irreligion, yes, that's a word. Okay, if you look deep in the realms of irreligion, then you will find that the correct word you're looking for is anti-theist. An anti-theist is someone who is actively opposed to the belief of a God. Therefore, anti-theist. Theist being someone who believes in a God or gods. Anti-theist, actively opposed to beliefs of a God or gods. See, when you say, an atheist is someone who believes that there is no God, that's an anti-theist. And I can understand how somebody would say that this is a faith-based position because it is the belief that there is no God. I can kind of understand how this is a faith-based position, but at the same time, this is generally another default position or just a stronger form of atheism. So I can't necessarily say myself that it is a faith-based position. It is... I'm not going to say intellectual position because it's not that it isn't, it's just that other people will argue with me, and that's not necessarily the point of this video. It's just a worldview. It's not based on faith, it's just based on, I don't believe this. I believe not this. More specifically, I believe not this. Atheism, on the other hand, I'm going to use a little bit of a... what's the word? Comparison. To be sexual is to be, active in sex. To be anti-sexual is to be actively opposed of having sex. To be asexual is to not be attracted to any sex, to any gender or sex in a sexual manner. However, they still could have sex. In that way, atheism is the disbelief in a god or gods, but they still could believe one if one is proven to them. I'm aware that this was a little bit of a weak comparison, but I'm going to explain a little bit just to be sure. Where a lot of people say that atheism is the definite belief that there is no God, it isn't. It's not the definite belief of anything. Atheism is simply the disbelief in a God. And to those of you who don't think that this is the same thing, I'm actually sort of paraphrasing Venom Fang X video now that I think about it. And this is the video he made called Is Atheism a Religion? In which he said, I'm going to show you two sentences. I don't believe there is a God. I believe there is not a God. If atheism is the I believe there is not a God. And because they believe, it is a religion. Which is why I say that anti-theism could be taken as a religion. However, he got this incorrect. Because the top one, I don't believe there is a God, isn't agnosticism. Agnosticism is not knowing if you believe there is a God. Agnosticism is questioning if you think there is a God. It's not, I don't believe. It's not the disbelief of anything. It's just questioning and not knowing. What you said was agnosticism, if Venom Fang X is watching this video. What you said was agnosticism is actually atheism. And what you said was atheism is actually anti-theism. I talked too quickly. This honestly brings a lot of point to my head in why so many people on YouTube are at war with atheists. Because atheists is just the disbelief in a god or gods. Anti-theists, who nobody seems to have a problem because they don't know the correct word, is the belief that there is no God. And generally, people who comment on Christian videos, stuff like, "You're a fag, there is no God, blah blah blah," associate commonly more with anti-theism than they do with atheism. I don't know how long it'll be until people completely understand this, but I can definitely understand why it would take a while. Bottom line, though, the definitions video that I made is basically how it actually is. Agnosticism is just not knowing. It is not disbelief. Atheism is disbelief. It isn't affirmative. Anti-theism is affirmative. And once again, one God, only one is a sad, pathetic human being who knows nothing about what he's talking about and should not be on YouTube. I have another video for him that I may upload alongside this video, but I'm not really sure yet. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.